Hello everyone, welcome to another video in the video series where I'm talking about the controls of the XAir 18 mixer using the XAir Edit app. Today we'll be talking about the input section, covering everything with phantom power, polarity, stereo link, audio inputs, USB returns, low cuts, channel effects, and how to use it in the whole, like in the live sound and everything like that. Okay. So now we're going to be starting with the section in this left ear. So the phantom power, the polarity, and the stereo link. The phantom power is used to power a microphone or a source that need extra power for it to work. For example, condenser microphones. Condenser microphone needs a phantom power to be on. So we have to click on that 48 volts V. So when we turn it on, it's gonna light up like that, and when we turn it off, it's going to be like that. So it's best to not turn it on for microphone that doesn't need it. So like this dynamic microphone now that I'm using at the moment, it doesn't need the phantom power to work. To be on, that's why I've turned it off throughout this video. I'm turning it off. So this, for example, this microphone that is a dynamic microphone doesn't need a phantom power. That's why I've turned it off. And also, if you have a ribbon microphone, for example, you definitely should not turn it on, because having a phantom power for those kind of microphone can actually spoil the microphone. The other device that may need phantom power is a DI box, so active DI box. So some active DI box that you use to maybe connects to a bass guitar or a keyboard, then it will need a phantom power as well. So just ensure that the phantom power is turned on. Then the polarity here is used to set the polarity of the input. Okay, so and then you click on it to turn it on. I'm not sure whether you can hear the difference. As I turn it on, I can hear a facing sound, but it can be good when putting two microphones on a source. We use this a lot in live sound when we mic the bottom snare and also mic the top snare. So normally we're gonna put the polarity on the bottom snare so that we can have an opposite polarity for the two microphones, and sometimes it actually sounds good like that. So if you're miking the snares, try out flipping that one of them, and then you can see the difference. Then the stereo link is used to link two channels together. One of the things to note is that the stereo link is only used to link odd number and even number channels. So it will not link even and odd number. So, and usually we use it to link like a stereo channel. So like a keyboard channel, as you know, keyboard have two outputs. So if you want to get a stereo image from that keyboard, you have to use two channels and then link them together. You link overhead microphone as well, overhead drum overhead microphone as well. And the usefulness of that as well is that when you select one channel, the second channel is going to be controlled at the same time. And when you select it, the EQ, the processing is going to be the same. So as you can see, when I click on here, the second one is the same as well. And if I change something on that second one, something it's going to be changed on the first one as well. So the two channels are linked together, or all the processing are linked together as well. And the way you do it is to click it's by clicking on that left there. So click on the channel, go to input, and then click on left. If you do it on the one that is even, then you have to click on that right. So because you only link that's left and right together. Now the analog input section. This section is used to select the input that will be entering that channel of the mixer. What that means is that I've physically connected this microphone into the number 4 channel of the mixer. Now we need to select input 4 so that it can work. But first, we need to ensure that AD is turned on. What AD means analog to digital. Because if that is not on, then USB will be on. So as you can see, if you turn that off, then USB is going to be turned on. Okay. So we need to ensure that 4 is selected there. What we can then do is, let me just show you now with a different channel. A different channel, if I want this microphone to be coming out in number 5, then I just need to change that input to 4. And now you can see that the signal is coming in 4 and 5 at the same time. The reason why that happened is because I choose the input of both channel as 4. I can do that for as many as I want. One of the things that may find that useful for is, say, if you have a limited microphone in your church and the person doing the announcement and the person doing the preaching are going to be using the same microphone. So you can set the setting of the person doing the announcement, like the EQ, compressor, and everything, into one channel, and then set the setting of the person preaching into another channel. When the person that is announcing has finished, you mute the channel, and then you unmute the channel for the pastor to use. I hope that makes sense to you as a point. So that's one way that you can make use of the fact that you can input to channel. The other usefulness of that is that you can do what is known as parallel processing. That is in a way that you can have the same channel in 2 channels, have the same input in 2 channels, leave one channel unprocessed, and then process the second channel a lot. So like put a lot of compression, like every compression on it. Then you now mix it together to make it sound good. So sometimes it's being used in drums and some lead voice as well in music. But let me put this back now so that it doesn't cause any confusion for me later on. Okay. So when the input has been set, then we want to set the mic gain. No, so in my opinion, this mic gain is one of the most important settings to understand very well in sound engineering. Because if you don't set it right, then there's nothing we can do in the channel to make it right again. So one of the things that we want to put in mind is that we don't want to set it to be too low. So if you set it to be too low, obviously you can't hear the sound, you can't increase it anymore. And if you set it to be too high, what it's going to do is start to clip, and it's going to sound muffled, and it's not good. Okay, so now a good setting to put it is best to use the metering on the side for that. So normally when it's low, then it's showing green only. So we don't want it to be showing green only. We want it to be showing a little bit of yellow. So when it's showing a little bit of yellow, that's where you want it to stop at. When it's now getting to where it's showing a lot of yellow and some red, then that's what you want to avoid. It's getting too much. So somewhere where it's showing a little bit of yellow, that's where the optimal point want to be. And then in terms of number that are there, so that between that -20 and -10, maximum -5. So the signal should never go above that -5. So when somebody shouts, yes, shout, just getting a little bit above that -5. So you want your input to set between that -20 and -10. Then you'll be good to go. Okay. Now the USB input. The USB input is also known as the USB return. This is how we get signal from a computer that's connected via a USB cable into the mixer. So to activate this, we have to select the grayed out USB. What this does is that it tells the mixer that you are receiving the source not from the analog input of the mixer, but from a digital input from a computer. So we need to set the number here in this USB return into whatever number of that the signal is coming from. Usually the computer usually set to number 1, to USB 1 and 2. So if you want to get the channel, if you want to set the channel, we set it to 1. Normally the mixer again always set to 1, channel 1 to USB 1, audio 1. So normally you can use, if you want to play music from the 1 and 2, it's best to use 2 channels, 1 and 2 together, and then link them together. But or else you can use the stereo channel so that you can get that linked channel together. The normal stereo channel on this mixer is the aux channel. So I normally get my audio from the mixer from that aux channel. So as you can see that I can click on the grayed one on. So when we click on that gray, it's gonna turn on like that. And then we need to choose USB as USB 1 and 2 because that's where it's coming from. And then we will now need to use the USB trim to actually control the input and out. Let me play something from my computer and then just to demonstrate that. Okay. So this is something I'm working on in the studio at the moment. Like a song. So as you can see, it's coming in from there. Then when we turn down the trim, which is like the gain for the USB, it goes down, and then we can use that as well to turn it up as well. So that's it really for that. Let me stop the music. So now that we finished the channel source and we've set the input gain or USB gain as required, then we need to look at the low cuts and set that as well. The main aim of this low cuts is to cut out low frequency as set by the frequency there. So anything below that frequency is going to gradually cut them out and make them inaudible. And we first of all turn it on by this button over here at the top. So where my cursor is here, when I click on it now, it's gonna be turn off, and when it's turned on, it will be colored. It will have a green color like that. So turn it off. You can see that, you can hear that there's more bass in my voice now, and when I turn it on, the bass is gone. And then when we turn it on, we now use this slider to set the frequency that we want it to start to turn off, to cut off. So if we lower the frequency to 95, that means everything below 95 is gonna cut off. If we lower the frequency to 50, then everything below 50 is gonna cut off, and allow everything above 50. So that's one that point there to think about, is that you're allowing something that's above that to go through. So, and if we increase that frequency to say 270, that means that we are only allowing everything that is higher than 271 to go through. So for a normal voice set, is a good setting point is that between that 150 and that 200. So as you can hear, as I'm getting to that 150, the bass is start to come up, because on a speaking voice, you don't want the bass to be too much like this now, so it's just too boomy. So but then you don't want it to be too thin as well. So as I turn it up, my voice is not getting too thin. So you want to set it where the bass is not too much and the bass is not too little. So somewhere around 150, you can push something to 200 and still sounding good. So it depends on what you want to achieve, whether it's a singing voice or a speaking voice. A speaking voice, you want to hear half that more bass. But a singing voice, you can get away with even making it even more thinner. One of the other usefulness of you putting this on is it's cut out any feedback that may be coming on in the channel. So sometimes you have low frequency feedback in the microphone if you're in live sound setting. So any feedback that's below 200 is gonna cut off. So that's what a low cut is. Next, I'm gonna talk about the channel insert that we have here. What this allows us to do is to insert a device into that channel. So at the moment, I've inserted the XAir to that channel, and the way to do it is to go to that insert, select the FX number that you want to use. At the moment, FX1, turn it on there as well. So at the moment it's off, and now it's turned on. So you can see the pink color there to indicate that it's on. And then to control the parameter that is there, you have to go to the effects section and click on, so because we put it as effect 1, so you click on the effect in effect 1, and then we can then adjust it as needed. So this is a high frequency deesser, set to male, turn on the male, and then it's doing its job. Okay, so what it's doing is basically just reducing the S's that is in the voice. So this is how it sounds without. To turn it off, you can hear that there's a lot of in the seats, but when I turn it on, it's gone down now. So it's quite useful, especially for singing voice. So if you don't want to hear a lot of that sound in the lead voice, and also some preacher's mic as well, so you can put that in there, so you're not hearing that. And that's one of the things I normally use it for. And because you can use the EQ on the channel, you can use the compressor on the channel, so you don't need to put a compressor insert again. But if you want, you can still choose any of these to go in there, any of these effects to go in there. I'm gonna do another video to talk about the effects section and everything later on. So because at the moment it's just the just going to focus on input so that this video will not go too long. So that's it. Really, in summary, today we've talked about the phantom power, polarity, stereo link, the channel cells, analog input, USB input, low cut, and channel insert. And this section here is a section that we use to set the quality of the sound that are going inside the channel. So if we get this right, then we have a high chance of getting the mix right. And also, if you get it wrong, then we cannot polish the third. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching to the end. And if you like this video, click on the like button. Share to somebody that will, benefit from watching this video. And subscribe as well if you haven't subscribed. So, if you have any question about these or any other topic that you want me to cover, please put in the comment section, and I will be sure to respond, and we can have a conversation about it. See you in the next video.